This is Tre'von Moehrig, and this is Defending the Bank.
Guys, I'm Sheena Quick with Quick Out the Blocks, and we're here for our next edition, our next installment into Defending the Bank. You came here, it's your first season here.
Yep.
You came into all the fanfare about the Panthers offense. What are people overlooking about this defense?
Like I said, man, we're just hungry. We're ready to go out there and just show, that we can be a top defense. We got the guys to do it, we got the coaches to do it, and that we're coming with a physical mentality, playing smart, and just, playing all out effort. So that's what you can expect from the Panthers this season.
Now, you came here from the Raiders, spent all of your time as a Raider. You guys mostly employ, a 4-2-5, 4-3 defense?
Yep.
This is a 3-4. Any challenges unique to your position and your particular skill set when it comes to adjusting to that 3-4?
Not really. Most of my jobs and the coverages are pretty much the same as some of the Raiders. A little bit lined up differently, but for the most part, it's kind of the same coverage technique and scheme. So it's been a little different, but not too much.
So I saw that you had your most productive year when the Raiders did move you into the box, closer to the ball, closer to the action. Is that why this system and Carolina was such an attractive offer for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, when I talked to Coach E and Coach Dave, they just talked about their vision of me, where they see me moving around in the defense, just using my versatility. So that was a big thing when making that decision.
Now let's talk about Coach E.
Yeah.
Over here on this sideline, I've never heard him quite turned up the way that he was. We always get the reserved Coach E. Just talk about him as a DC and what you've seen from him so far.
Yeah, like you said, off the field, he's really reserved, really good with the guys off the field, very smart, and just, fun guy to talk to. But on the field, just like everybody, it's a different animal, you know what I'm saying? When you step onto the field, it gets enthusiastic, it gets, the energy's up. So when it's not, when something's not right or he has to get on somebody, he's gonna come out full throttle.
I, for one, was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shook. I said, wait a minute, I heard the words, and I'm not gonna share them here. That's sensitive information. That's top secret confidential. But I had to look up, I said,
yeah.
I said, is that Coach E? And they were like, oh, he's always like that. I never knew it. But again, you guys get a different side of the coordinators.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of that intensity.
Yeah.
And you were on the wrong side last season in that Panthers-Raiders game.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that game? About this offense specifically?
Just a group that came together. That's when Andy had stepped in, and that was the first game he had came into that season. So just a bunch of guys coming together. Had a lot of will and wanted to win for each other and for the coaches and the teams. So you could definitely feel that when I was on the other side, and shout out to those guys.
Did you know that Andy Dalton is undefeated against the Raiders? No
Yeah,
matter what team he's been on?
I did hear that last year. Yeah, I did hear that last year.
I had no idea of that factoid until we were in the game week. But just to talk a little bit more about that defense, everybody's putting last season behind them. Luckily, you don't have memories of last season's defense. And again, you guys are flying pretty under the radar, especially that secondary group, because everyone's like, where's the depth, where's the depth? There's a lot of new faces in that room. Who has stood out to you the most as a teammate in that safety room?
Man, that's really hard to say. A lot of the young guys have been stepping up. They all have different attributes that make them all unique. So it's kind of hard to say. I'm not just saying that just to make it sound good, but they all bring something different to the table. They all are hungry. And like I said, they know how to compete. So this training camp is fun to watch all those guys, do that. So excited to see how it turns out.
You've been pretty strong with your adaptability. You had a lot of different DCs when you were in Las Vegas, and now you're coming here with a new DC here. But it's funny because it's different for you, but this is the closest to stability the Panthers have had as a program in a really, really long time. And I know those are kind of varying perspectives. How are you kind of like fitting in the middle of that, where it's kind of like it's new, but it's schematically, similar for some of your other teammates?
No, it's definitely important, just building the relationships, just with the continuity of the team and the players. So building those relationships, having open dialogue, communication, it just grows with each year of having the same people coming around. So I think that's a big part of it.
And you're kind of quiet, and I will say you play social media very well because I was digging. I was like, I need to know some more stuff about Tre. I couldn't find anything, so you're very good at curating your social media content, but I was able to find out that you have a little bit of a hidden talent that a lot of people may not know about. You want to share with everybody what that is?
Oh, no, I just play a little guitar.
Just a little guitar, or you play the guitar?
I play the guitar. Still trying to learn. It's a fun little hobby that I picked up a couple off seasons ago, so whenever I can, I pick up the guitar and just try to learn some stuff.
So what have been your favorite songs to learn? Some of your favorite bands?
I like Island in the Sun by Weezer.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
I like When You Were Young by, who was it? Was it the Killers? Might be wrong. I don't.
That one?
No, it's another one. It's another one.
Okay.
Some Nirvana, About a Girl, Teen Spirit, stuff like that. So.
No Foo Fighters? No Everlong?
Not right now. Nah.
You gotta get on Everlong. That's your assignment when you have a little bit of downtime. You guys are off on Thursday. I expect you to know how to play Everlong when you come back.
I'll give it a try.
Because you're like Side Quest Summer.
I'll get on YouTube and watch a little tutorial.
And you also have been dabbling in some boxing, snowboarding, things
boxing,
of that nature.
Snowboarding.
You any good?
At which one?
Either.
I'm really good at both of them, I feel like.
So you can fight. You
I
got
feel
hands.
like I can fight, yeah.
You feel like you got hands.
Definitely pick that up in the off season. It's good cardio, and then, whenever, if it needs be, you know what I'm saying, you can protect yourself,
So now your Side Quest Summer is coming to an end, and it's all about ball. What does a successful season for Tre look like in his Carolina Panthers uniform?
Honestly, probably just doing my job, helping be a leader back there, doing what I'm asked to do by the coaches, and, let the rest take care of itself. As long as I can do my 111th part, I'm pretty happy with that.
And we know there's been a lot of conference realignment, so before you get out of here, we got to know what's your prediction for the top 3 spots in the Big 12? We already know who you're going with for number
TCU.
1. We know
100%.
TCU.
And to be honest with you, I'm not really even. I don't.
Do you even know who's in the Big 12
I
anymore?
don't even know who's in there anymore.
The conference has changed so much.
Is it Colorado?
Colorado's there.
I mean, when I was there, it was always like. Texas was up there, but I think they're in the SEC now, so I don't even know who's really in there. So I'll just know I take TCU number 1 all the way.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
It was nice meeting you.
Too.